Welcome, friends. In this training, I want to talk about artificial intelligence. To explain what AI is, let's see what the word intelligence stands for. Intelligence is the ability to gain and apply knowledge and skills. Example, when you train a child on how to use alphabet, soon the child learns to use those alphabet to make sentences and to communicate. So similarly, when a robot or a computer uses information programmed into it to solve problems, it's a form of intelligence. So this intelligence is built using complex algorithms and mathematical functions. However, this type of intelligence is different from human intelligence. I will call it artificial intelligence. So AI systems are designed to be able to learn from their experiences, adapt to new situations, and make decisions based on the availability of information. Machine learning provides the machine with the capabilities to learn from data and experience through algorithms. I'll show you some example of what I'm talking about. So I will start from the simple application that we're used to. Most of us know how to use Microsoft Excel. So I want to explain to you how you can train the machine, teach it, and then it can now start making predictions. So there's a function in Excel which is called the flash fill. So if you look at this table, for example, you can see we have first name, last name, the full name, there's nothing inside there. We have emails, we have domain and amount. So now under full name, we want the first name and last name to be attached to each other. So normally what we would have done would be to come around here and type this manually. Taylor shift. So I typed Taylor shift, then I'll do the same for the other. But what I could do is I could just tell the machine, this is what I want to do. Notice what has happened. So immediately I type the second one, something is appearing under here. Something is appearing under here. And that came as a result of what we call flash fill. So I'll just press down the down arrow or enter. Everything here is fixed. So what has just happened? So that function that brings about this is found in data and it's flash fill. So it's an AI, artificial intelligence concept. What we did was we trained the machine on how we want our full name to appear. So when we type the first one and the second one, immediately we want to get to the third one, the system automatically repeats the entire thing for us. So what we need to do is to press enter. So for the emails, so we have the domain names that are attached to these emails. So we want to extract all these domain names. So what do we do? So the first one, I'll type multiply.com. Notice when I type the first one, the system doesn't do anything. But immediately I type the same thing, type the second one. The system now understands what I'm trying to do based on the training that I've given to it. And it will now repeat every other thing the way it's supposed to be. So now that I've done this, I can now click on the third one. I'll go to data and I'll click on flash fill. The system automatically fills, retrieve the domain name and fills it. So looking at this, you can see the names of the customers in this case with the amount that was spent in dollars. So we want to extract this amount. So I will just retrieve that by typing the figures. I'll type the figures. So I started by training the system on what I want. And immediately I type the second one and click on the third one. I'll have to confirm 456 120. I'll go to data, then I click on flash fill. The system automatically puts that for me. So that's how artificial intelligence works. You can use that function in Excel. It's an artificial intelligence function. Then, of course, you can also use it in another way. For example, because this concept can be applied to business. So, if, for example, you have a record of the prices that we fix on an item based on the amount that was spent on advertisement and the corresponding quantity sold. You may want to understand if this pricing column and advertisement column has anything to do with the quantity that was sold. So we can use what we call regressional analysis to get this done. Regression is a statistical method used in finance, investing, and other disciplines that attempts to determine the strength and character of the relationship between a dependent variable and one or more independent variable. So, in an experiment or study, the independent variable is what is manipulated, while the dependent variable is what is measured. So, looking at this, for example, if you fix price for a certain product and you spend this amount of money on advertisement, so we want to see if how these two affects this outcome. So these are the independent variable, and this is the measured outcome, which is the dependent variable. So we're going to use regression analysis to generate or interpret how an AI function that will predict and tell us how if the independent variable, in this case price and advertisement, affects the quantity sold. So let me just show you how we got all this. So I'll create an empty sheet here, then I'll paste in my transaction. So the next thing I will do will be to go to data menu, then I'll click on data analysis. And from there, I have regression here, so I'll click on regression. So this opens, let's clean up this. So I'm going to do the following for the Y range. The Y range, I clicked on it. The Y range is this, that is the dependent variable, while the X range is this two. Then I want to put my outcome here. So I'll click OK. So immediately I do that, it generates all these variables, these functions for me. So I want to show you how we can interpret this. So now under regression statistics, we have R score to 0.9. The 0.9 means that this is very good. That means 96% of the quantity, the outcome that we have can be explained through price and advertisement. That means they have something directly to do with it. The significant F here is telling us that if this value, for example, is far greater than 0.05, what that means is that these two independent variables don't have anything to do with the quantity. So then from this value that we got here, we have this formula. So you can see here quantity sold is equal to this minus this times price plus 0.922 times advertisement. So this has automatically generated the value for us. So this formula can now be what we can put in place to have this. So if this formula now becomes what we have this, then we can now predict. For example, if we spend 5,000 naira on advertisement and put our price at 2 naira, if we substitute here, then the system will predict what will be the quantity that you will sell. And then the residual just shows you the difference from the actual from what the formula has generated if we were to use this formula. So that's how artificial intelligence again is explained in Excel. The next section, I'm going to show you 13 AI applications that are online that you can use, you need to get familiar with. But before I get there, I want to state or mention a quote here from Ted Sarandos, the CEO of Netflix. You know, there's been this fear that AI will take off a lot of jobs, but this man said something very important which we all should know. AI is not going to take your job, but the person who uses AI well might take your job. So if you go to presentation AI, this is a website. You can use this to generate any kind of presentation that you want. Then you also have Coral AI. Now, if you don't really have a lot of time to read through a document and summarize it, you can just upload that document. If it's in PDF, just upload it here. The system will summarize it and read everything out for you. Then, of course, you can build your website using these two sites within a short period of time. Then Cutout.pro, it's for creative visual work. You can use it to enhance the graphics that you have so that they will come out good. So you can program your workflow. You know, if you have a project to do, what are you going to start with? What is the next thing? What will be the next thing? Like that until you're able to get to wherever you want to or what you want to realize. Zapier can help you organize and create a workflow for the project that you have. Then again, we have an online AI lawyer. So it's not all the time that you may need a physical lawyer to handle your cases. So just go to donotpay.com. You have AI lawyer and you can ask questions on legal cases. You can interact with it and come up with legal options that you can use in order to fight your case. Then we also have Adobe Firefly. This is also very good. This is a creative generative AI model from Adobe products, and it has something to do with the generate image and text effect and you can create communicate while significantly improving your workflow. So you use it to create, have creative work on your project. So we also have Twine. Twine AI is an AI communication assistant for outreach that helps sales and marketing teams improve their conversation rate by providing recommendations on how to write clear and effective. Users can interact with ChatGPT by asking questions and making requests. I'm going to show you that. We also have Ocean.io, cutting edge business to business prospecting and account based marketing platform designed to help businesses streamline their sales and marketing. So you can find businesses that are doing similar things to what you are doing and find out how they're doing and just tap how see how you can pick one or two things to improve on what you're doing in order to become more marketable. Then we have Autopod AI, automatic editing for so you can edit your podcasts and videos online using Autopod AI. Then we have Pleniado that is used to automate processes, enhance decision making, and build intelligent applications with it. So you can do a lot with them. Then GladApp.com, you can use it to build your mobile apps within a very short time. So this other question that people normally are copying somebody's work and presenting it as if it's your own is considered to be a crime. So how do you check to know if someone copied um, an article from AI and presented exactly the way it is, which may be subjected to this kind of crime. So let me show you how it works. So this is one side you can use to know if something was copied from AI. So this is plagiarismdetector.com. But before then, I'll go to ChatGPT. Then I will write something. I said I will just give you something to write. Write 500 words ChatGPT. So it's generating this content for me to describe what ChatGPT is. So it's generating all this for me. So assuming that we were given an assignment to write an article on what ChatGPT is. So you just come to ChatGPT, copy from here and paste. So the question now is, so if you check all here, um, the responses, so you can find out, you can copy this from here. I'm copying the entire thing. So if someone submits this to you, so you want to know how was it copied from ChatGPT environment, so you can go to plagiarismdetector.net, and when you get there, just click here and paste it. I just pasted it. Then you can tell it to check for plagiarism, and let's see what happens. The system is checking for it. Then at the end of it, it will be able to tell us if this was a copied work or whether you were the one that generated it. So let's see what the system will tell us. So you can see it's detecting 17%. So it's telling us that it is 0% plagiarized and 100% unique. That's the result you get. So that's what we're getting as a report. So we can go ahead and use this. So that's some of the things you can know and use when you're working with AI. Thank you for listening.